There's a particular kind of person who feels their home differently than most people do. Not as a neutral space, not as just walls and furniture, but as something alive with their own energy. When they come home after being out in the world, they're not just entering a building, they're returning to themselves. These are the people who everyone assumes are antisocial or difficult. The ones who get uncomfortable when someone suggests dropping by, who feel a tightness in their chest when the doorbell rings unexpectedly, who prefer an empty house to a full one, silence to conversation, solitude to company. And they've been made to feel like something is wrong with them for this. But here's what nobody tells you about these solitary types. They're not running from people. They're protecting something precious. Their home isn't just where they live. It's where they recharge, where they think, where they process everything the world throws at them. And that requires energy that most people don't understand. Think about what happens energetically when someone enters your space. They bring their mood, their expectations, their need for attention and response. Even people you love, even people you genuinely enjoy, they shift the atmosphere. Your home, which was calibrated to your exact frequency, suddenly has to accommodate another presence. And if you're someone sensitive to energy, someone who feels things deeply, this isn't just uncomfortable, it's depleting. Out in the world, you're constantly performing, not in a fake way, but you're managing how you come across, reading social cues, being pleasant and appropriate. You're wearing what we call the social mask. And that's exhausting work, even when you're good at it. Your home is supposed to be where you take that mask off, where you can finally breathe, where you don't have to manage anyone's experience but your own. But when visitors come, even into your own sanctuary, you have to put the mask back on. You have to be the host, make conversation, be welcoming and warm. The one place you're supposed to rest from performance becomes another stage. Is it any wonder some people resist this? There are essentially two types of energy systems in people. Some gain energy from others. Put them in a crowded room and they light up, come alive. The external world fills their tank. But others work exactly opposite. They lose energy through social contact, no matter how pleasant. The world drains them, and solitude is how they refill. Not because they're broken, but because that's how their particular instrument is tuned. If you're the second type, your home isn't just a preference. It's a necessity. It's where you recover from the cost of being around people. And when someone enters that space, they're taking from your reserve at the exact moment you need to be replenishing it. The solitaries, the hermits, the ones who need long stretches alone, they're not failures at being human. They're people doing different work. Work that requires depth instead of breadth. Work that happens in silence, in privacy, in the absence of external demands. They're not antisocial. They're internally focused. And that focus requires protection. Your home carries your energy signature. Over time, a space absorbs the quality of attention you bring to it. The thoughts you think there, the emotions you process, the version of yourself you allow to exist within those walls. This is why some people's homes feel peaceful the moment you enter, and others feel chaotic or heavy. The space holds energy. When you're alone in your home, you're marinating in your own frequency. Everything is calibrated to you. The silence is your silence. The stillness is your stillness. The energy is purely yours. This is deeply restful for certain nervous systems. It's not loneliness, it's coherence. But when someone else enters, even briefly, they disrupt that coherence. Their energy mingles with yours. The space has to hold both of you now. And for the solitary person, this feels like a violation, even when the visitor is kind, even when they're loved. Because the work of being yourself, the real work, requires that undisturbed coherence. We live in a world that worships constant connection, perpetual availability, enthusiastic socializing. If you don't want visitors, if you prefer your own company, if you guard your solitude like treasure, you're made to feel deficient. But who decided that the ideal human being is always open, always welcoming, always ready for company? Some of us are meant to go deep rather than wide, to know a few people intimately rather than many superficially, to spend long periods alone, not because we hate people, but because that's where our most important work happens. The work of understanding ourselves, of thinking through complex questions, of creating, of simply being without an audience. The hermit isn't a broken person who couldn't handle society. The hermit is someone answering an ancient call toward the interior, someone who understands that wisdom doesn't come from constant stimulation, but from sustained attention to inner life. Someone who knows that the soul needs silence, the way the body needs sleep. If you're someone who doesn't want visitors, who feels that resistance rise up when someone suggests stopping by, you're not being difficult. You're honoring what you know to be true. Your energy matters. Your peace matters. Your home is your sanctuary, and you have every right to keep it that way. The people who drain you with their presence, who exhaust you even though they mean well, they're not bad. They're just tuned differently. They need what depletes you. They thrive on what costs you. Let them have their constant companionship, their busy social lives. But you get to choose differently. You have permission to say no, to protect your solitude, to keep your door closed, to let the phone ring, to sit in your own energy without apologizing for it. Because the world doesn't just need the social butterflies. It needs the deep thinkers, the silent observers, the ones who aren't scattered by constant interaction. Your discomfort with visitors is pointing you toward your truth. You're not meant to live on the surface. You're meant to dive deep. And that requires protected space, protected time, protected energy. So trust what you feel. Trust that tightness when the doorbell rings. It's not anxiety or dysfunction. It's your psyche protecting something essential. Your home is your temple. Your solitude is sacred. And the part of you that doesn't want visitors isn't a problem. It's wisdom.